Um, Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this webinar tonight. We are so honored to bring to you an incredible opportunity in China. You know, one that truly keeps us awake at night. We struggle to sleep when we think of the huge opportunity we have here. That's not just for us, but we can share with our Chinese friends as well, and especially helping them to stay healthy and, you know, just giving them a great edge on new life and energy and sleep and all the good stuff. So thank you so much. Tonight we have Amy Holmwood on here with us. She's one of our leaders from the United States. We also have Shelley, who you've just seen there on the screen, but Shelley is busy at the moment chatting to some other amazing Chinese folk in Beijing. These girls are in Beijing at the moment. How exciting. I wish I could be there next time. I told Shelley I want to know when you guys go again because I want to come out. But guys, today Amy is going to share a little bit with us on the amazing opportunity in China and why she's chosen to build this business. Amy, I hope that's okay. I'm just putting this on you.
Yes, no, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to be with you today, Charlotte. It's been a while.
Thank you. I know. And maybe if you could explain a little bit about how it works. I mean, most of our folk on here know, but I think we've got 3 or 4 guests on who are not that familiar yet with, you know, how do we build in China and how does it work? And also, is it network marketing? Is it not network marketing? Is it okay? So if you don't mind, I'm just going to hand over to you and then maybe we can come back for some questions. Thank you, Amy.
Sounds good. I just hope, can you guys hear me? Is the internet okay? Sounds
yes,
good?
It's great. Yeah.
Okay. Terrific. Yeah. So, you know, I've been involved with LifeVantage for 5 years, and I was very passionate about building an international business. In my traditional insurance and investment business, I was doing business overseas. And when I got involved with LifeVantage, I really wanted to expand on that. And I studied international business in college. And, you know, I just always liked traveling. And so it just was one of those things that really was attractive to me about looking at this business opportunity, and particularly doing business in emerging markets. And so China, you know, I mean, it's just interesting. Shelley and I were just talking about the real estate market and what she had bought a place in Shanghai in 2000. If she had kept that, it's worth $3 million right now, and she thinks she paid like $200,000 for it in 2000. So I mean, the market here, the wealth and the just the economy is incredible, and there's, you know, people are interested in health and wellness, and everybody cares about that. So they are. This is a market that's going to be huge for LifeVantage. So I was involved about 3 years ago, coming over and helping look at, you know, how do we expand this market? And this was something that I was really honored to be involved in kind of the early conversations with the company about how to build the market over here. So we did come over and start doing, kind of laying the foundation, which we thought was going to be a traditional network marketing model. And as the time went by, the government of China has become less interested in promoting those types of business models. There have been some companies that came in, and, you know, people, it's very, there's a lot of local, like, peasant populations and things, and people just didn't really understand, you know, people got taken advantage of, let's just put it that way. And so the government really didn't promote that. And so we decided to shift gears as a company and go in the direction of e-commerce, which is really, I'll explain to you how we're doing business here versus your business in Australia and the other markets for LifeVantage that are in the network marketing model. So what you have here is you've got like a dual approach, because you have your traditional business, which we're all building, which we're so excited about. And by the way, congratulations, Charlotte, on, you know, your recent achievements at the company. I'm so excited, and I understand you'll be a Pro 8 soon. So I look forward to seeing you on stage the next time we're together. And, you know, I hit the rank of Pro 9 in about 3.5 years. And everybody has an opportunity here to be wherever you want to be in this company. It's just sitting on a silver platter. So why not build an international business? You guys are in Australia. You know, you're an international country. You have people from all over the world that come and live there. And, you know, your population's not that big. So you got to kind of think bigger and expand. And with e-commerce and with our phones, you can do this business anywhere in the world. So basically what we have is you're going to build your traditional business because you have to be a Pro 3, which means you have to have 5,000 in volume, 5,000 points in volume. That's in US dollars, US points. I think it's the same there. I'm not sure how your point system works, but basically you have to be a Pro 3 in the company to be able to enter into this Chinese market. And what you're going to do is you're going to enroll what are called social marketers. And social marketers are people that are feet on the ground, Chinese citizens that are interested in promoting Protandim, and we have a couple of other products. We have Protandim, we have tru-science, Protandim Nerf 2, tru-science, or full tru-science skincare, and then we also have the protein, the Protandim Physique Protein. And so, which I know sounds weird that they're using that as one of the products, but the Chinese are really into health and they're into protein shakes. So it's actually going to be really a successful product for us over here. So basically you're going to enroll people as social marketers. And what they're going to be able to do is get customers. And so it's just like putting someone in between you and your customers. They're going to be enrolling customers, and they're going to be able to make a commission between 1% and 25% on whatever the volume is each month in their business. And it's not a network marketing business. It's just like having almost like a wholesale distributorship account with a company that you can go out and sell stuff, but the company sells it directly to the consumer through that social marketer's dedicated QR code, which each of us gets if you are a Pro 3 and you pass a little test, which you can do online about just the regulations here in China. You can get your QR code, which enables you to sign people up. So what's cool about that is that it's something that you can do really from your phone. So you don't necessarily have to be here in China to do that. Taking the cookies off. So how you're going to make money from that, if you're a Pro 3 and you enroll someone directly underneath you as a social marketer, you're going to earn 40% of whatever the earnings are of that social marketer. So if they earned $1,000, let's say US, you're going to earn $400 that month. And the company basically matches their check by a 40% number, which is phenomenal. And so if let's say you have somebody underneath you. Let's just say Charlotte has someone in her downline that's directly underneath her that's a Pro 3. And that person went out and built some social marketing contacts, and those people made money. So the Pro 3 right underneath Charlotte is going to get 40%. Excuse me, is going to get 40%. And then Charlotte, because there's two more checks that roll up, Charlotte's going to get 20%. So basically what happens is it's almost like the bonuses that we can get, the enrollment bonuses in your downline, that it hits the first Pro 3 and then it hits a Pro 5, then it hits a Pro 7. It's kind of like that. They kind of mirrored that. And I don't know if that's your compensation in Australia. I hope it is. But basically what happens is the person that signed up the social marketer gets 40%. And then the person above them, assuming they're a Pro 5 or above, is going to get 20%. And then the next Pro 7 or above is going to get the next 20% of basically like a match on that person, that social marketer's check. So there is an opportunity here for 3 people in an upline to get checks, which is really wonderful. So from a recruitment standpoint, you guys, I think this is going to be huge. We can enroll people, you can enroll people in Australia in the Chinese community there. And as long as they maintain their rank of Pro 3 each month, they're going to get that 40% check. And so that's an incentive for those people to hit Pro 3 every month. And if that's the only thing they do is hit Pro 3 so that they can get that check every month and build this Chinese business, that sounds good to me. You can get a bunch of Pro 3s. You get 10 of them, that's 30 grand right there. That's 50,000 right there in volume. So I am really seeing a big increase in my business right now in the United States with US Chinese people in my downline that before maybe they weren't always hitting Pro 3, but now they're going to because they want that check. And this is a really easy way to build your business quickly because you can get people excited about this and get to Pro 3 really quickly. It's not like they're going to take their time. They're going to go out and get 5 platinums done in a month, and they're going to maintain that every single month. So this is something that my volume went up last month and the month before significantly because of this. So I really encourage you guys to think about that. And I know there's a very large Chinese community in Australia, and also in other, in other markets that you may have connections in, that you can do the same, because this does not require a tremendous amount of effort on our part. So this is like found money as far as I'm concerned. So Charlotte, why don't you let me know if there's really specific things that you might want me to drill down on with
Sure.
this.
Amy, why would the Chinese population be looking at Protandim? The market is flooded with lots of different vitamins and maybe different products. So what is it about Protandim, which is our key product, that would make them go, look, this is a good business opportunity. I want to be a part of this?
It's the product has no peer. Okay. So basically, once you get into a market like this, it doesn't matter. It's just like saying, why would someone want to drive a Mercedes or a, Maserati versus a, Chevrolet? Okay. It's like, it doesn't matter how many cars manufacturers there are. There's only one Protandim right now in the world that has 26 peer-reviewed published studies. And when you put something like that into a market where they actually have a lot of scientists and they have very educated population about longevity, because it's been part of their history, is using herbs to extend life. They've been trying to find the fountain of youth since, Confucius. So when you bring a product like this into a market like this that has science that says we're the only supplement proven to extend median lifespan in a male mouse, you get somebody's attention. So we have something that they want, and they will work very hard to get this product and to be, everyone has an idea about how big this can be over here. So everyone you talk to about this that's a business person is thinking, oh, how can I make this even bigger? Like, they're coming up with all these different ideas, and because they're business people. We're saying, no, just keep it simple. This is the business model. Let's just go and get this, built. Because it's just, you guys, this product is very, very respected over here already, because we started doing some work over here a few years ago and got it to a lot of physicians and a lot of scientists, and it's very well regarded.
Wow, that's good to know. Amy, are there names that we can throw around when we speak to people? Because the questions I've got written down here for you are questions that I've been asked by some Chinese people in Australia. And the one is, how do we know that it's a good quality product? How do we know it's not just another thing that's fakely advertised? Or, what is the quality control to make sure that what we're putting in our body is a safe, good product?
Yes, that's a great question. And we do get that quite often, because they do care about the quality of the products, because there are so many fake products over here. So this is really key, because all the Protandim products manufactured in the United States and is coming from the United States directly to the consumer, versus buying it online, which is what a lot of people do here. 35% of every online purchase in the world is made in China. So they're used to buying stuff online, and they know there's a lot of fake stuff. So in this case, they will be buying it directly from LifeVantage through this dedicated website. So this has a very high level of quality control, because it's not being resold through a third party, which is what a lot of products are that are online in China. So this is going to give them a very good sense of assurity that this is coming directly from the company. And we're encouraging them not to. There is product online on some of the other, like Amazon types of websites here. There's some Protandim online, and people buy it. They do, but they're concerned about whether it's authentic or not. So this is going to be something, I think we're going to have a lot of people moving back over, and hopefully we'll get rid of those people on the Amazon site here. So that's always a problem in different markets. It's never slowed my business down. If there's some product online, it's like, why would you buy something online that wasn't directly from the the company if you could. And in
Sure.
this case, we can. So this is very good. And so the quality control at LifeVantage it's second to none. Again, there's no peer that does a better job at manufacturing. We test every lot, which is unheard of in the industry because it's so expensive to do that. We don't test it once, we test it 3 times for chemicals, fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, to make sure it's totally clean, free of metals. And that's just unusual in the industry. And we don't say enough about that, but it's something that, we had a little, back, maybe 7 years ago, they had a little issue with finding a little piece of metal in a pill one time. And, ever since that day, they said, well, that'll never happen again. And we're going to test every single lot. So it's usually like a good quality control is 1 out of 10 lots. Most companies are like 1 out of 100. It's just a random crapshoot, So we really do have superior manufacturing, and also the herbs, the way they're sourced and also wildcrafted in most cases, which means the herbs are grown and the roots are more intact, like they're longer in the ground. Let's just put it that way. So these herbs have been grown for thousands of years. It's not like turmeric just started being grown recently.
Yeah.
It's been used in traditional Chinese and in Ayurvedic for 5,000 years. So they know how to grow this stuff. Our products are coming from these markets where they've been growing it for thousands of years, and the quality is, again, second to none. So I am so proud, to be a part of that, to understand that part, because that was a big part for me. I really cared about this. I met the head of manufacturing, and I met with him again just at the most recent Elite Academy. He was there, and I sat down with him for an hour and grilled him again on this, because I really want to make sure our other products that we're making have the same level of quality control. So that's something that I'm very passionate about.
Awesome. One other question I've had is, will LifeVantage be assisting doing some adverts in the media? So not advertising and directing people, anywhere, but basically just advertising that the product is good, so that it just adds credibility and it makes it easier for the social marketers. Is that something that you think will happen?
They are looking at that, and that is something that we're encouraging them to do. So yeah, the folks that we're sitting with right now are actually media people in the publishing, and also they're in medical journals. So we have an opportunity. We've connected with some. So we're all over that, Charlotte. We are definitely on the same page with you there. Yeah,
they were even saying, some articles about the product or some reports or, a medical journal would be really good just to add that bit of credibility, because obviously there's so much fake product in China. So that's just going to help a bit. Yeah. Another question I've had is, do you know O2O? Why did we choose to go onto O2O? And, when you go into O2O, there's thousands of different products. Is O2O a site something like, like Amazon? Like what is O2O?
O2O is a government approved site that allows for products from overseas to come into, be directly shipped to consumers from other countries, and you'll see other countries' products on there, to be able to get a reduced excise tax and to be in a controlled, approved setting that has some regulation around it, because the government doesn't want this to be like the Wild West, where products are just coming in from all over the place without having that excise tax being tracked. They really are promoting the import of products, so they can give things to the consumers that they want, because otherwise their consumers go travel and they bring stuff back, and the government's not getting the excise tax. They're bringing it home in their suitcase. So the O2O also gives an opportunity for companies like LifeVantage to pay people on feet on the ground, which is different than like an Amazon that doesn't do that. So it's a platform built specifically for being able to pay social marketers, and that's a very unique thing here. And that has to be approved as well.
That's a really good
so the O2O, yes. So it's different. So like we can't just put it on one of these other sites and then have people be able to be paid for that. So this is very important. They track the commissions, and they handle that part of it.
Yep, that's excellent
for us.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll open it up to all the folk on here. Anybody has any questions, guys, just unmute yourself and ask Amy. Now's your chance. Paula, do you want me to unmute you?
Hello, I'm Tina.
Hi, Zena. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
good,
hold
thank
on.
you. I just wanted to clarify the what I heard is in you say that only a pro tree can source a Chinese social marketer from China on the ground. That's correct. Yeah, right.
Only a social marketer can get a
Only a pro
customer.
tree can recruit.
Oh, yes. Only a Pro 3 can sign up a social marketer. Correct.
Amy, don't we have the exception now that Pro 2s can do it as well?
You know, I just heard that from someone yesterday. So when did they announce that?
Yeah, they announced it about a month ago that Pro 2 can do it as well, but then there's a difference in the commission because the first Pro 3 then still earns commission. So instead of the Pro 3 earning 40%, if a Pro 2 refers, then they earn 20 and the first Pro 3 earns 20.
Gets 20. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's approved?
Yeah, it's approved. So Tina, you can be a Pro 2. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, because I didn't know that was okay. Good. I'm so glad you guys just cleared that for me. Thank you.
No worries.
I have a follow-up question with that. So if you are going to recruit a Chinese person on the ground here in Australia, you will have to get them through the traditional way, like they start with Pro 1 and then only when they get to Pro 3 that they can they can source a social marketer in China. Is that right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. And assuming they're a Australian citizen and they can join as a distributor.
Yeah.
If they're a Chinese citizen, then they can just be a social marketer, right away.
Oh, okay.
Tina, who enrolled you?
Myra.
Myra, oh, awesome. Okay, so what I suggest you do is work with Myra and she can help you get to that level quickly. So you can be a Pro 2, which is a lot less. It's like half the volume you need as a Pro 3. So you can be a Pro 2 living in Australia with contacts in China to get a social marketer in China to start working. So yeah, so work with Myra. If you guys need help on that, just reach out and we can, get together and brainstorm a way for you to get there quickly. So that if you have contacts there, or some of your friends may have contacts there, that we can get them going as soon as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, Charlotte. Can the distributor take that test as a Pro 2, or do they have to be a Pro 3?
Yes.
And then if they drop back to Pro 2, they can still take the test as a Pro 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they just made the decision, about 3-4 weeks ago to drop it down to Pro 2. Just to, I think, encourage to get more social marketers going quickly. But I think as the market develops, they'll probably push it back to being a Pro 3.
Yes.
Any other questions, guys?
Charlotte, I probably don't really have a question other than I'm finding it difficult. I've spoken to quite a few Chinese people here, some of which are Australian citizens and some of which are Chinese nationals still. And I've sent them information, even spoken with them over a coffee with some of them. And I'm not finding any of them are really that interested. And I don't know, maybe I'm sending the wrong things or saying the wrong things, or they show a little bit of interest, but they're not really grabbing onto it. So I don't know sort of what I should be doing next.
Amy, what would you reply to that?
I would say that it's absolutely no different than any other recruitment of any customer or distributor at all. It's the same thing. You're going to have to talk to 10 people to get one, and that's what you're going to do.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Okay. I gathered that must be the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
it is. It's not like it's, so much easier and everybody's just so excited. Everyone you talk to, not at all. It's the same.
I think we maybe had that false hope, maybe in the beginning.
Yes, we did, and well, at least you found out quickly, so now you can get back to work again.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Amy. I love your work too. I love listening to your videos.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Paula, what I've learned about the Chinese folk is that there's two things that's really important to them. The first is that they want absolute dead set proof that the product works and that there's good quality control and that it's coming straight from the USA to the person's door. And, that there's no interference with the product and that it's not going to hurt their bodies when they put it in their mouth. Like, they really, really, really want to trust the product. The second thing is they really need to know they can make money. Like, they are not into any kind of business. And, that's for all of us. Like that. But those two things are really important for our Chinese family, is that they want to know the product is safe, they can trust it, good quality, it's going to give the results. And what I've learned too is that the market is so flooded in China with product, you really need to explain the point of difference between Protandim and the other stuff. And, as we know, there's nothing else. Like, Protandim is the Protandim. It's the Ferrari or whatever your top car is, right? So it's important. I think when you've made connection with a Chinese individual and you have shared those two things and you've really covered them both well, and they still say no, then it's just sifting and sorting. Get the next person. But it's just important to understand that they want to know those two things. And if they do know that, then you've shared the right information, and then it's just for them to make the decision.
Okay. Thanks, Charlotte and Amy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. I would also say that if you do have somebody and you can get like Shelley or me or somebody on the phone to do a quick, third party, I think that helps too, because we've been doing this for a while. So if it seems like, there's an opportunity there, and they're very, you're going to want to go for the more successful people. Really, you want to. So just because they're Chinese at a Chinese restaurant doesn't mean that's going to be the right, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to Chinese restaurants now. My whole downline's like, oh, I went to this Chinese restaurant. Oh, that's good. I'm like, no. That's not going to work. So
that is really
and you guys, if you don't mind, it's so funny. I'm going to need to sign off so I can get back into this.
No worries.
This little
I think we've got just one more question, Amy, if that's okay. Una, did you have a question?
That's fine.
Sorry, Amy, can I just ask something? I had a girl in Sydney contact me a couple of months ago. She has no interest in the business or anything, but she had a Chinese cousin in China who wanted 20 bottles of Protandim. So she ordered them here, under 3 different lots, and sent them to her. She contacted me today and said, oh, hey, Una, my cousin wants 24 bottles of Protandim. Okay, so I just said to her, that's fantastic, blah, blah, blah. Now we have a business in China. But she has got the girl in Sydney, actually, she just, she says herself she's lazy. She doesn't really want to look at the business. So I'm thinking, okay, so do I just get her to buy a platinum here and send it over to China? Or because I think her cousin in China just wants to be a customer. I don't know whether she wants to be a social marketer.
Right. Listen, you'll make more money selling her a platinum there and shipping her the product. Okay. She can't buy 24 bottles. She can't buy 24 bottles of Protandim on the social marketing approach. She's not going to be allowed to. So, I would say keep doing what you're doing and then continue talking with her, because if you know what I'm saying? Let's see how this thing unfolds and we can help her out in the future, but I wouldn't change what you were doing.
Okay.
Right now. We have a lot of people doing the same thing. I mean, that's just, if she wants 24 bottles a month or something, that's another story, because we have to be careful with that. But if it's just here and
she
there,
just wants 24 bottles, because she wants to
exactly.
And there's supply or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. That's fine. So, but I would definitely, stay in touch with her about as things unfold with what we're doing. And, the next time, because other people, she may find that other people are asking for it because she's using it and she loves it. So now it's like, well, why don't you just get your QR code and, and so you can get people signed up. I mean, it's not difficult. I wouldn't make it like a big thing. Just let her enjoy the Pro Tandem and just let her know if anybody's interested, we should get you a QR code,
Easy. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay,
Amy, we are so grateful for your time. I know you've taken 30 minutes out of a meeting there, which is really important for you. But we very, very much appreciate you coming on here and sharing with us what you're excited about and how this all works. So watch this space. Australia is fast growing our Chinese market, and we are very excited about that.
It's so great. Shelley absolutely loved coming. She loves working with you guys, and she's so honored to be, learning from you guys too. So thank you for everything you're doing for her.
You're welcome.
And all of us.
Thank you so much,
guys take
Amy.
care.
See you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
See ya.